people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 44 of Future Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Last time, we continued our investigations. We broke through Iris's Psyche-Locks, determined that basically that Dahlia was indeed channeled. Dahlia was also dead. Edgeworth had some of Edgeworth's inner demons started to come out. And now we're going to head back to Heavenly Hall, and we're going to basically break Pearl's Psyche-Locks and end off the investigation portion. So anyways, let's get back to Heavenly Hall. Look at that! They really did make a fire right in the front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Ha! You're too late, Nick! If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them off! I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Dustin's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me, but I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go.
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Dustin's room, because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. The night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who were you with and what are you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
Yeah, you mean you know?
If I'm right, you will tell me the whole. Will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. If you look at the letter, be careful. Once night falls, you should be there. Blah blah. Yes. Basically, this is a letter from Morgan. Yeah, basically, this is a letter from Morgan, if you're curious. And apparently Morgan just overestimates her daughter, considering that...
There's nothing to worry about right now, actually.
What's that?
You, Mr. Nick, your face has turned a really strange color. Huh? You shouldn't worry so hard. You know, you need to take a break once in a while.
Being chided by a 9-year-old. How embarrassing. Oh, yes! Oh, right, it's Maya, sorry. No, I'll get some sesame seeds for you. No, it's not, it's okay. I'll die of pneumonia if I nap in this drifty little shack. I guess I'm gonna have to think. I was one step ahead. Basically, Pearls was there because she was reading Morgan's letter. She was trying to be helpful. She thought it would help Maya. I was one step ahead. It's Inner Temple and Maya. You gotta say that. I know. Like I said, it's so easy to get like 5 steps ahead of the curve. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the train Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
I signed up for your special course! Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those your channel. Wow!
See, Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what
can happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit there at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was a bunch of snow, so I didn't get there until about after 10 o'clock.
After 10 o'clock? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple bell is pretty small, though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell? I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. No, not Morgan. Like I said, hear the lights out bell. Gotta present the letter. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Where'd you?
In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me, no.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt. But the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purposes for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Mia! Yes, Dahlia. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was given in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister became mad at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? Frankly, if Pearl knew that Dahlia dated Phoenix, I'm pretty sure that she would just not even do it. She'd be like,
that woman tried to steal Mr. Nick from Mystic Maya. She's gonna stay in hell. No. I never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. And someone who dated Phoenix before Maya. I got the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? I'm trying to get some Morgan. Edgeworth! Everyone respects Edgeworth. Old ladies, detectives, children. Okay, maybe not children, but some children I think respect Edgeworth. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, didn't you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. What? Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you?
I figured it out. That person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay.
What?
Alright, Pearls. It's time you started to tell me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I follow these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. Okay, one more thing to do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
How do you know that?
It couldn't have been any adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
Simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd be given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Sorry, gotta go down. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring out our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among other things, right? Good job, Morgan! You couldn't teach your daughter, though you couldn't use simple words that your daughter would understand.
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Justin on the night of the murder? Yeah, that's right! Yeah, Misty, meanwhile... I wonder just what was going through Misty's mind when her niece is asking her about her sister's psychotic death plans.
Oh, seems that my sister's having death plans again. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna tell her, don't look at that. No, I'm not gonna say that's not good for children, or let me read that and then take it away. No. I'm just gonna let her go through with it. No issue. Let's read some books together. Really? I love to! I'm not very good at reading. Very well then. Would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Morgan, what the hell? You couldn't have given her any easier words? You couldn't have used twos? You couldn't use basically 2 syllables, Morgan? You couldn't even use 1 syllable? Like, you had to basically just go gravely. You had to get all poetic with it.
Sure, Miss Jocelyn taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sound like gravy to me.
Gravely sound like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's what you did. And that's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I didn't even manage to burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Neither crawling.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture of the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I'm sure it was the Master Crane, like it said in the letter.
I see, and then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the train was over.
Why didn't you just go to the train hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. And then
Girls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to! I just couldn't help it!
Hey, don't worry about Pearl! Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too! It happens!
Oh my god, Mr. Nick, I'm like Larry!
Anyways, then you found yourself trapped in the air temple.
Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge was there anymore and there was no one in the train.
You think that really with Pearl's strength, she could easily jump that gap?
I thought it would have left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy
and lost some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried. To be frank, I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan did that a few times. That sort of thing a few times. Only instead of gravy, she used tea. And strawberry desserts that are so jaw-breakingly large. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right in the Limer's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that! So she's never managed to channel the spirits. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's only one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me the way it is anyways?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of us one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. You've tried to find a way, Larry. You've tried to find a way. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother's gone to a place called the penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me...
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right? Except mine. She locked me in a closet.
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. For some reason, she was standing next to a guy who was wearing a pink sweater and looked really geeky, Mr. Nick. He looked like a cuck. Usually a picture's enough to tell someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Unlike Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
Oh, and that's basically... You don't know it, but I'm going to have a rant prepared for that. You're going to hear me rant and rant and rant for a good time when we actually get to that part of when we get to that revelation. That sure is strange. Someone had opened it already. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. Little does this girl know the mess of a family she's from. What am I supposed to say to her? Your family is full of nut jobs and you're one of the few sane people in it? Actually, but then again, considering that Pearl literally knocked Phoenix unconscious for merely blushing at a woman who isn't Maya, I'm pretty sure Pearl has a few screws loose herself. And mind you, like, Pearl has the strength of 100 men. Ha. Finally figured it out, have you tried? You have finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Faye isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect us, right? Just like it was your job to protect Mia Faye. Two sisters caught up in the worst of circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the one who was by their side. You were the one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Phoenix wasn't even in the area until Red, White, and Longs murdered Mia. Ha! What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true? It'll be alright.
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better than you don't know. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now you are to take the place at the head of the Fae clan. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued. Ooh. No, I am not saving the game. We can go through the trial a little bit. That's lobby number 1.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see.
So is Sister
Iris trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defense lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor lobby. I didn't know who's speaking. Edgeworth, what's Iris doing over there? Because I dictated it, right. She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecution is squeezing her for a confession. Also, I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I will live up to Papa's reputation. I shall force a confession, Phoenix Wright. I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Literally, you think I would allow her alone with the defendant? Oh, please, Wright. You think I'm not naive? What? Then who is it? Who else would be but Godot? Godot? Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to move those trick locks. With the head non's assistance, naturally. Yes, we estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news too. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot does the nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. I know. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you passed your curls on to someone else. Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dosnim? No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakor Temple. Obviously, he's the Canadian judge. Your Honor? What are you? Who, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I will be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. My poor brother, he looked a bit pale. Not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we, of course, have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgments. Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyways. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. And there is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. Coffee. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug. So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accuser refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant? Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first? Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
My name's Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in the terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dosnim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court! Order! Witness! Are you saying you were an accomplice in the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
Ha! Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trent?
That Godot! So this is the confession they were conferring on. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris' testimony was all a lie. Iris' testimony crumbled up and shoved into a pocket.
Don't worry, Trent. I have copies. I laminated them as well. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Which crime were you trying to cover up by your actions?
Iris was covering up for someone. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle, or a life jacket, or a boat.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple was run by one of the branch families of the current tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself if need to be to protect her. The daughter of the master of the current channeling technique. Maya Fey.
Huh? Oh, let's just say this starts to this is all going to be going into that rant. Trust me. That you'll know when the rant's coming. Everyone who's played this case before knows exactly what that rant's going to consist of and when it's going to be. Wake up and smell the coffee tonight. She's naming Maya. Third time, Maya's being accused of murder. Order in the court! So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murder?
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes, and then I cleared up the area to try to protect her.
That's ridiculous! Maya could never do such a... The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction.
I went to the inner temple that night and saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So it was in self-defense?
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be a suspect. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it. No, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, I'm going to get through this cross-examination, and then I'll end the episode off. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You said yesterday that the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection.
Didn't she now?
Too bad for you.
What did she say said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple train hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as heresy.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she? I feel sorry for her, Mr. Wright. I mean, look at what she's dating. I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder. I mean, you have a thing for attracting those type of girls.
There. We all understand how difficult it is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
No, Your Honor.
You were saying that the victim attacked Maya. Miss Faye.
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and it looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time?
Oh,
Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear. That doesn't sound right. don't believe this testimony for a minute. What happened after that? Yeah, we have Caden's staff. She moved to deliver the final strike.
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And at least doesn't try to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
Ha! You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcester sauce. I can pronounce Worcester, but yet I can barely pronounce affidavit. What is wrong with me? Affidavit. Ugh. Do you have a problem with the testimony you are hearing from your client, lawyer boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? There is one big thing. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony. You do? But the witness is your own client. Yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Your job is to do as I say. Listen, Grams, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. No. Okay, now, let's continue. I can just imagine how Diego was in court. Literally, just being an asshole to the judge. I can't believe the judge is like, you know, you remind me of a guy. He wore red. He yelled at me the same way. Okay. Boom, there we go. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of the events.
Huh?
Miss Dustin throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do, staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword.
Ah!
If Elise doesn't really had one to kill Maya Faye, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hand already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? We'll answer that question next time. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you later. Bye.